WTF Nation Radio
is in the house.
At the bottom of the ocean, I'm at the bottom of the sea. I'll stay down, down. I'm just stuck here in a dream. At the bottom of the ocean, I'm at the bottom of the sea. I'll stay down, down. I'm just stuck here in a dream.
Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Freedom is the right of all sentient beings.
Let's roll.
Morning, Sergeant Major.
How do you know what kind of goddamn day it is?
Beautiful morning, Sergeant Major.
Are you a fucking weatherman now?
You're listening to Sergeant's Time on WTF Nation Radio.
Welcome to Sergeant's Time. I'm your host. I'm running solo tonight. Broadcasting live from the Functional Veterans Center of Excellence on this 30 January 2025. Spanky's in the, she's taking Spanky's on profile, but real quick, I'm gonna say she got quarters, so I'm just saying right now she went to the medics, and so now she got quarters. So there you go. HIPAA? Is that HIPAA related when I say something like that? Anyways. Broadcasting deep within the basement of the Pentagon, somewhere in Alamo, somewhere in Area 51, somewhere in Cheyenne Mountain in the Stargate, somewhere in the Space Force Base, East Coast, West Coast, it don't matter. Hell, these fat, thick, round vessels be running up in the sky so deep, it's raining. Yeah. So, anyways, just tacos and tamales for me. Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Is this a new intro song? Nah, just, dipping around. There's some stuff happening with our media, music, and licensing, so I just decided to switch it up and see what we could produce with our, I almost said tit bag, tit bag, kit bag. These hoes, these hoes ain't loyal. Oh man. So, hey, I know this is, it's not going to be an upbeat show. I'm just going to tell you right now, if you guys are not already paying attention to the news and seeing what's been posted on the main page. And you guys are aware that an U.S. Army Black Hawk collided with a civilian airliner. And once we get all the more information posted on names and all that, we will, of course, post it on U.S. Army WTF Moments. This week has been just a cascade of a bunch of bullshit. And I don't know if you guys remember when I first started out doing Sergeant's Time, when I first came onto the scene, I had lost my voice to some stuff. So I was like talking like this. And you guys, somebody said I sounded like Kennedy. So I had had some injuries and stuff like that. You never heard a bra called a tit bag before? I know, huh? Trademark WTF Nation Radio, U.S. Army WTF Moments. Functional Veteran Center of Excellence. There you go. Tit bag. Buy your girl a pair of tit bags. Do you say tit bag or tit bags? So, we used to just grab inbox trends and used to grab some stuff, and just something like I said, this whole week it's just sucked. We had the aircraft collision, and again, once we get more information, we'll post it up. We've already posted an article from Task and Purpose. And, just to give it a little bit of detail and just give a real quick synopsis of what happened. Army helicopter collided with a passenger plane over D.C. And there you go. It's our hearts go out to the families. Our prayers go out to the families of both aircraft. And again, I just want to say that I'm not going to get involved in all the fucking and all the tinfoil that's involved. Because I'll be honest with you. If you guys don't know that world in the aviation world, or you don't know anything about air traffic services or flight profiles, or you're not a fucking air crew, you're not a pilot, you're not a member of the FAA or the NTSB, have not attended the U.S. Army Safety Center, are not a specific MOS, if you've not done any of that stuff, let's just hold back on the fucking drama, and let's keep the tinfoil at bay until the investigations have been completed. And this, like I said, one of the things that a lot of people notice is that during the it says Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Just my hoodie. It's cold out there, man. Ken, you seen all the weather going across the country? It's cold. So one of the things that surprised me is when the Department of Defense, Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, did a message, just like a real quick message online. I was kind of shocked because the last, I would say, I've never seen or have not experienced, or unless anybody else can remember some of this shit. I've not seen any any direct messages like that, other than a press conference or a speech or something like that, and then they just walk away out of the room. But this was the death side, and so it was pretty. I was okay. This is new. I know there's a lot of individuals in defense media had an issue with it because they were like, he doesn't have PAOs. Can he just do this? I want to tell you what. There might be a change in the norm of how defense comms works, and I'll be honest with you, I'm here for it because of all the processes, specifically all the tinfoil and the drama that the Army PAO was involved with the Cybertruck incident, suicide in Las Vegas. I'm here for it. The faster, the better. Faster comms, and of course, initial reports are always going to be a little bit inaccurate until everything comes together, and then of course as more information develops. So a real quick, hey, we're going to get to the bottom of this, blah blah blah. That to me felt like it was, I don't know, it was just off, not really off in a bad way, but whoa, okay. It's kind of like, all right. Now, of course, I've never seen anything in the DoD like where the Secretary of Defense, they always have Secretary or Defense spokespersons. I think the last one was General Ryder. So there's not. I don't think there is a new Department of Defense PAO, Public Affairs. Anybody been assigned yet? At least that I've not seen yet so far. I don't know who's part of the comms team. So it was exactly that. We already got some comments in there agreeing with that. Yep, exactly that. PZ. It was already fast, direct, and that's it. And that's the real quick. Now, as far as the Army side goes, the statement from the Army was reported about 18 hours ago. The team was up night. We do have air crews that are main page admins, and so a lot of it was getting the information together and all that, just to do a real quick check to say, hey, what we like to call a ramp check. Remember, my aviation background was before I did PSYOP, so for me it was like I just went down the roster. Hey, I got to check in with the WTF Nation aviators. Hey, did you guys what's going on? Blah blah blah. And the statement from the Army was that the Army had confirmed that the Blackhawks' involvement in the collision with Joint Task Force National Capital Region, adding that the helicopter flew out of nearby Fort Belvoir, and they quoted. We can confirm that the aircraft involved in the incident was an Army UH-60 helicopter from Bravo Company 12th Aviation Battalion out of Davidson Army Airfield, Fort Belvoir, during a training flight. And this is what a JTF NCR spokesperson said in a statement. So that to me, it was pretty quick comms. It was from the moment the incident happened, and then the following morning, we've been up all night, working the phones and messaging everybody. What? Wayne, does anyone else feel like this is the 5th season of the presidential? Huh? No, dude, come on. I'm just saying that a lot of shit's happening. 2025 has been the longest year so far, and it's only we're still in January. I think we got like 8 more weeks of January left, the way shit's going. So, again, hearts go out, prayers go out to the families of both crews and both aircraft. It just fucking sucks, man. There's nothing else you can say to butter it up. So you guys remember? I had to make sure I made that statement first. You guys remember? You know, for those of the old timers, the old WTF Nation Radio old timers. Like I said, I used to call staff duties. If I'm alive in Asheville, exactly that, John. Yeah, I'm close, I guess you could say. It's still October 24th of last year, right? I'll have to swing by. I used to call staff duties back in the day. I'd call a staff duty up. Hey, what you doing right now? Hey, everything going all right? Blah, blah, blah. What staff duty you on? Blah, blah, blah. And fun times. There was an issue. There was something that was on the main page that was discussed. I would call up the unit and hey, what's going on with this? How come you guys? And it threw off a lot of people because they would be like, who is this? And they were unit leaders were quite shocked when I just give them a buzz. Hey, what you doing? You're on sergeant's time. You want to talk? And the phone would hang up. We get a couple of brave ones that would like to talk and stuff like that. But we used to call units up, and we used to call staff duties up, and we used to call a staff duty undisclosed, number, discreet. No one knows who they're calling or where we're calling from. And we used to just talk about the organization. Hey, how are you doing? Hey, how, Pip says, I still have some of their numbers if you want them. No, we have them. With the way social media has been, we have been able to get direct feedback. And, we used to say, hey, so-and-so, Sergeant so-and-so was assigned to this organization. And you let that dude walk for sexual assault. Or you let that dude walk for beating up, his soldiers or just doing some, I know. I was thinking about it. PZ, man. I'm just waving the so I'm like legit, just thinking about bringing it back. Because lately, this was before we had the social media misinterpretation of everything shutting down. And I'm going to tell you what, I'll just say it. Y'all are fucking up. I'm just telling you right now that a lot of organizations have taken the social media to the extreme. I've talked to unit PAOs, like large formation PAOs, and said, hey, we posted some stuff up like that. We posted First Cab and Fourth ID. Fourth ID, I want to give a shout out and appreciate you guys for stamping down all that misinformation and disinformation that's been coming from the organization. To now where I just send it to them. Hey man, here's another one. Hey man, here's another one. Bam, 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 bam. Big Sarge, I'm going to say this again. There is no social media blackout for your soldiers on their personal social media accounts. There is no social media blackout for any soldier posting anything about anything on whatever Facebook, IG, TikTok, Red Note. I would recommend not doing it on Red Note, but Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. There has been no social media lockdown on service members' personal accounts. Because we've gotten so much now, I'm kind of thinking about, the ones that I've worked with the other PAOs. Those are cool. Okay, cool. But I'm thinking about I'm thinking of just posting, hey, you got Big Sarge down there, blank and blank division. Yeah, the app that should not be named, Red Book. I've kind of seen, smoke signals. Exactly. Fax. Have you anybody sent any memes from fax? Somebody asked me for my fax number. I was like, what? What was that? What was that? That Stitch Jones said on Heartbreak Ridge. You been able to hear about fax? You been freeze dried or doing hard time? I'm gonna open it up by just saying that the punishment of posting on U.S. Army WTF moments or soldiers being suspected of posting on WTF moments has come back. For some reason, there had to have been an edict out. There had to have been something put out by Army public affairs officers or commanders, or you got some commander that used to be a sergeant first class, or used to be a lieutenant, or a sergeant major that used to be a sergeant first class, that his organization was put on blast back in the day. Legit even talked about calling Jose up and saying, "Hey man, I'm thinking about calling Jose up." He said, "You want to come back? You want to come back? You want to come out of retirement?" I gotta call him at specific times because his when he's on the island chilling out. So again, I'm gonna re-emphasize something to units. Do not punish your soldiers for something that you do not punish your soldiers that you think might have posted something on social media, because you're gonna get it wrong. A lot of the information that we receive in the inbox is undisclosed. We've never revealed anybody's PERSEC in the inbox. So you can't Article 15 everybody. I'm gonna tell you, Jose. I'll just say Jose had the means. If you guys don't remember Jose Tamale, a very controversial reporter who used the moniker, Jose used a little profile, a little Latino profile that was you could see on the snacks. You see little snacks there. It's got the little Mexican dude. Man, we got a bunch of shit. And of course, obviously, as things progress with social media, and of course me, being public, we've been able to fix that. We've been able to, Jose, and also Jose had some stuff going on too. So he's like, I'm out of here. I'm almost thinking about doing getting some Jose's back. Get some Jose's, Jose action back. Because I'm going to tell you, if you post something, yeah, exactly. Yeah, the 82nd and the first cab will take this. If you see something posted, leaders, it doesn't mean that your soldiers sent it in. It doesn't mean that the person that you have. I'm stomping my feet and giving you a warning. Just because you see something posted doesn't mean it's somebody that sent it in. Do I got to get my suit ready for a court martial to say, this is who really sent it in? Sometimes the dynamic of the inbox has changed a lot, actually. It's changed to where now, instead of soldiers saying stuff, it's leaders saying stuff. Your raider might have sent it in and thought it was bullshit or something like that. Your CSM might have sent it in. You going to Article 15, everybody? In the power of using apps and using surveys. No, use this app. You could do it. That's why we partnered with Cots and Cots. Hots and Cots is an anonymous submission to anything you want. It is seen by Army leaders. Some individuals see it as a threat or see it as hostile media, or don't post that to Hots and Cots. Give these resources that we already have on the books a chance to fix. No, it didn't. It's not fixing it. That's why I always laugh when I hear about somebody go, just use the app. Well, Hots and Cots won't dime you out. U.S. Army WTF moments won't dime you out. So I gonna start off with the first call out. The old guard. The individuals that guard the tombs of the unknown soldier. I'm gonna go ahead and call that organization out. I'm just gonna do it. Because a lot of soldiers care about the organization. And don't be picking apart who you think did not send something and then get mad when you see it. So I done, just whatever. If welcome to 2025, I guess. Welcome to ye dumpster fire. So here's what happened. The old guard has had some issues with some of their facilities. Individuals are saying that no, this is not a this is not an issue. Oh, blah. Now the old guard, those guys and gals bust their ass to do the nation a great service by burying our honored dead, performing ceremonies at the Tomb of the Unknowns. So they bust their ass. I give them a lot of credit. And I'm just going to say right now that if something hits Hots and Cots or something hits U.S. Army WTF moments, don't go after them. Don't go after them. So this is in a work area. I'll just let you watch the vid. So the old guard is planning, is considering. I'm again, God, I hope not. God, I hope not. They're considering punishing the soldiers who they think suspected of sending it in. They actually think that I'm going to give you an Article 15 because something that you posted on, or something was posted on WTF Moments. Those troops are getting overworked. I mean, like, overworked. Now, there was also, and from the floors are shiny. There was also, again, reports that there was a soldier who took their own life. And the year before that, another individual did the same. Because, hey, they got to have that image right. I'm just talking about the old guard. I'm just talking about that right there. So, I mean, I'm just going to say, don't do it. Don't do it. I'll be more than happy to provide up the information to anybody who needs to pay attention to that you're trying to slam a soldier for doing the right thing. The comment of doing the right thing and what needs to be done and holding higher standards, blah, 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 is starting to become what? Just talk, right? Talk is cheap. So everyone is suffering in that organization, and I'm just shocked that somebody would actually go after a soldier for posting something, or they think they posted something, and trying to help out. Now, yeah, integrity, yeah. You guys remember that post that we did way back in the day of soldiers, that one soldier running around with a flamethrower? That was, the flamethrower and guns and weed and coke and hard drugs and stuff like that. Remember we posted that, but we didn't really post a name or anything else to it. That was the old guard. That organization, that organization that had the flamethrower was the old guard. And I'm appointments, profile stuff. It just again, and that's just a litany of stuff. I'm just cherry picking some of the information so that way I'm not revealing some of the PERSEC of the individuals that have sent it. So don't go thinking it's one person that sent it. So all everyone's trying to do is like literally just trying to survive up there. The old guard. I don't know what to say. So as soon as we heard about it, I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. You're going to go after a troop for that? Okay, fine. Fine. We'll talk about it. We'll discuss it. You can get mad all you want and say whatever. You can put us on a fucking a blacklist of information operations. Somebody said I was an IO insider. What's up, TJ? I was a threat, insider threat. Me personally, moi. So it's pretty fucked up. Don't even know shit. Don't even know who's messaging anything anymore. Who knows who's what? We haven't had leaders posted anything or talk about the army in a while. As a comment was made to me, the only time we ever see the SMA is in a podcast or in memes. So again, that's not our impression. That's their impression. So I'm just not even gonna. We'll get anywhere. Oh my gosh, we're getting more comments as we're talking in here in the inbox. Let me see. Hang on. So that's just one unit. That's just one unit. I'm going through more stuff, and I'm gonna find out, whatever. And then we'll that's just one unit. So Old Guard, there you go. There should be separate branches of whole facilities for people who are trying to renegade into civilian society, and have something somewhere for fully truly back on actually trust. Well, I'm gonna tell you what, Wayne. There's programs that we have in the Army. Then unfortunately, leaders don't let soldiers attend. I'll bet you a case of Tecate. Or a 12-pack of Coke. Or Dr. Pepper if you don't drink. Or, a bottle of Jack. Whatever you want to call it. That I could probably connect the dots and say that the lack of soldiers being allowed to get out of the Army properly, using the proper transition services, and probably have a lot to do with the veteran homelessness issue. Susan, memes are the way. Pass it on, yeah. The meme center of excellence. Is that what you're saying? We could probably make a connection. You could probably link that a lot of the issues that soldiers are having right now are due to the fact that they're not receiving their proper transition services on the way out the door. Or you have a soldier who's legit. I'll say it again. A legit. I'm not going to call out this organization because I was asked not to. So there's a soldier right now who's about to ETS. They want to send him out to fucking NTC when he's about to ETS. The reason why he didn't go was because he was on a profile that didn't allow him to go. $30 days out. He's got a little over a month. You need to go to NTC. So we're going to get the soldier, send him out to the field, have him do field things, and then bust their ass to kind of try to come back to clear out of the Army. Or you could be like over in Hawaii and have a soldier just completely get processed the fuck out and put out in the streets with behavioral health issues. So when someone tells me, "Oh, you're just fucking crying wolf, you're throwing up red flares for no reason," no, I really do think that some of the leaders right now that we have do not want at all. I don't know what it is. Are you guys? What is it? Stovepiping? Badge protecting? Because you didn't get a certain time off and you feel like a soldier shouldn't get a time off? They're getting out. They're not going to go fuck off on leave that you make them do cover sheets for. They're transitioning from one lifestyle to another, from one important chapter of their lives to the next chapter of their lives. And if you're sending them out to NTC because you need bodies, then maybe that's a you problem. And this is why I think anytime you see testimony about how the Army is manned, how many, we're great on numbers, blah, 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 blah. We have enough people to rotate in and out. Yeah, we got enough bodies for that. We're good to go. Well, no shit. You're bringing everybody out that shouldn't. Maybe you should, use your actual numbers that you have and report them up. It's like really freaking. Wayne says that it would possibly drastic. Yeah, exactly that, man. Hey, what's up, Hots and Cots? How you doing, man? Seeing Rob in the chats. Hots and Cots. The man that runs the collaborative app. So make sure you get in there. Jump on in there and download the app. Also get some swag, too, to support it. All monies from the collaboration between U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio with Hots and Cots goes directly to assisting Rob, server fees, expansion of, just doing the big wazoo stuff. It all goes to support the funding to that. So U.S. Army WTF Moments does not take a dime of that. So, Hots and Cots put something in the chats that I'm going to read out, so that way, in case you guys aren't looking at specific chats, because we got so many chats everywhere. Is that and this is what he said, I quote, I touched this earlier this week. Service members in 12 discussion groups told us that living conditions in the barracks affected their mental health. For example, in one group, a service member told us about increased anxiety and panic attacks after living in the barracks. In another, a service member said it was depressing to come home to a dark box after work. And the service members in at least 3 discussion groups told us that barracks conditions contributed to substance abuse. For example, service members said that barracks resident was recently hospitalized due to a drug overdose, and they added that believe that poor conditions can contribute to increased suicide rates for barracks residents. Overall, service members or first sergeants at 3 installations brought up concerns about suicidal ideations. Also, there's a safety issue. There's also a safety issue. And I'm going to say this. Now, I'm not going to say this is completely all, but I'm going to say about 10%. Yeah, maybe about 10% of the drama that happens when a barracks facility is happening is you fucking Joes as well. I don't want to sound like the Sergeant Major from One Punch Dad. Who the freak? Discipline? You know. All right, NCOs, you need to be in the barracks. But you do. But you Joes need to stop fucking them up. Hey, look at these barracks. These are trash. Oh, okay, cool. You in charge? Are you the sergeant? Are you the NCO? Aren't these your soldiers? So it's a catch-22. You can't complain about the barracks if you're the one trashing them. Because then locks don't work for the safety and security of soldiers that reside in the barracks. A lot of incidents, I guarantee it, probably would have had been correlated together with due to the lack of a door being left open or propped open. It's fucking frustrating, dude. It is. We got like literally, I'm reading the inbox right now and I'm watching all the chatter about CSPs. CSPs not being authorized. Even though the regulation says up to 60 days or something like that. That's gonna be some more research stuff on. There's commands out there. Yeah, exactly that, Braden. Sergeant majors do hate unsecured spaces. And it was always, how do I say this? It was always on the side of, fire door, blah, blah, blah. I got to make sure, blah, blah. But we never really heard, I guess we're seeing the reasons why. Hey, Army Secretary, the proposed, I should say, the pick for Army Secretary, Daniel Driscoll, was at his hearing today. And I was kind of like listening in. Actually, I'll be honest with you, I was listening to. I had a bunch of chats open and screens open on Kash Patel, Tulsi Gabbard, all the reporting about the aircraft incident, and then I was like kind of like the Army Secretary pick was kind of on the side. So some of the notes that were received, I'm getting this from the Army Times, is that he said he'll push service leaders for more non-monetary incentives to boost soldier recruiting and retention, noting that he believes better pay and benefits alone won't solve personnel problems. Yeah, you're right. You can't throw money at a problem. Well, let me take that back. You can't throw money at a problem that soldiers have to file so many documents for, because an organization will fuck the pay up. Braden says, I think the SecDef should be his own PAO. I don't know. There might be some like some of the stuff, like for instance, if somebody brings up an Army issue or a question about the Army or something like that, that might be kind of difficult if he's his own PAO, because he's a SecDef. Kind of funny when people brought in the old SecDef for a lot of issues, but trained in media. Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly that, PC. So I'm going to quote this from his testimony hearing today during his confirmation. Is that we have the fewest number of active soldiers that we've had since World War II, even as conflict is erupting around the world. He told members of the Senate Arms Committee during his confirmation hearing that, quote, we need to fix that. And he even said, I don't think the answer is throwing money at problems. I think it's nice to get things like the GI Bill, but I didn't join for that. I enlisted to serve the country, because that's also the population that people miss. The comments just come weeks after lawmakers approved a major pay boost for junior enlisted troops set to go into April. So the 10% boost is designed in part to ease the financial pressures of young military families and make the service more attractive to recruits. His background? Oh, he's a Cav guy. Cav. So can we make fun of Cav? Back at Cav. Can we make fun of Cav once he shows up? Do we all have to wear Spurs? Ooh, I bet you Stetsons are going to come back, and Spurs, and are the Cav units coming back? He served nearly 4 years as an Army scout platoon leader, including a deployment to Iraq in 2009. And at his hearing, he described his time in the service as transformational to his life. Remember what I said about the letting your soldiers leave and transition out? Transformational to his life. Quote, opening the way for opportunities that was scarcely have imagined. Sorry, English is my second language. When I enlisted. He said those kinds of testimonials and appeal to public service must be a bigger part of Army recruiting efforts. You think? I think there's a story to tell of the United States Army that people want to hear. That's right. We don't want to hear from somebody who's a legacy promotion or a legacy soldier because their dad and my dad served and he went to West Point, blah, blah, blah. I want to hear about that soldier from the hood, the barrio, the ranch, the farm. The kid just, the kid who's, I don't know, who was a little gamer and decided to say, oh, he saw an Army commercial and then watch his story grow. That's the story I want to see. I don't want to hear some 4-star, 3-star talking about back when he went to the University of and this. No. I want to see the soldier do it. I want to see a soldier. I want to see that life cycle of a recruit do that. Also want to see some badass and baller commercials. Make you think you're going to watch an action movie. Back where Hollywood used to work with the military. To where some of the shows that you see today were inspired by military service and veterans. Now, you want to see my... Sorry, I guess my standard Francis want to see my couch. You want to see my couch? But the thing that hit me the most was the comment that he made about being treated well. The cartoon commercials didn't work. Yeah. What are you talking about? Which one? What cartoon ones? Wait, which one are we talking about? Oh, you're talking about the calling campaign. Yeah. Here's my thing about the calling campaign. I think the controversy from politicians going after one specific soldier during that campaign just kind of like deflected and distracted the rest of the American public from the other soldiers that were part of that campaign as well. Like, I want to know what happened to the other soldiers and all that, instead of politicians jumping in and personally attacking soldiers. The ones that say, support the troops. Talking to you, Ted Cruz. So this is the comment that spoke out to me the most. That made me go, huh? What? He said, I believe that soldiers are inclined to remain in the Army when they and their families have been treated well, when they have been given chances to develop and succeed, when they feel like they are using their abilities to make meaningful contributions to high-performing teams. Wow. Okay. Should he get picked? Should he get selected? Hey, I guess we can see. What do you call him? A candidate? Appointee or selectee or pick. So Army Secretary pick Daniel Driscoll You're more than welcome to come on U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio. Let's see. We have the population of the Army as our followership at 1.7. I think we got 1.7 million getting up there. I'm seeing the ticker go up. So we literally have the audience is the Army. Got a couple of, streams there live. We got some that a lot of people listen to due to accessibility of what platform they prefer to use. But you're more than welcome to come on here and shoot the shit. We're more than welcome to come on board and hang out with us. We've had GOs and Army senior leaders of major commands. So we welcome you to come on and shoot the breeze with us. Because there's some questions that I didn't see them ask that I want to ask. Like quality of life. Like the op tempo. Like, are we planning on putting soldiers stationed forward back in the day like it used to be? It used to be we had 2 divisions in Europe. There was no freaking rotations. You PCS there, moved your families and all that. So that's the thing that I'm. It's just frustrating to see, and it's going to keep getting posted now. I just, hey, what's up, Branko? Just going to post it or discuss it in the podcast. I'd like to discuss some of the issues, or there's some other media platforms that we're going to collaborate with to post more stories. Like that lieutenant colonel that beat his wife and is now going to be allowed to retire. What are you planning on doing with that, sir? That's what I want to know. Somebody beats his wife, only gets 13 months, and is allowed to retire? You cool with that? I know I wouldn't. Would I get banned if I said if somebody did that to one of my daughters? I would end their lives. Would that get me blocked? Would that kill the feed? Standards and standards and discipline. Oh my God! If I were to harness the power of One Punch Dad's Sergeant Major character, all right, PAOs is what I would say. I wouldn't say it. I'd be like PAOs. You guys need to let the commanders command. Hey PAOs, you're not the commander. So if your commander's speaking and you lose your shit over it, he's the commander. She's the commander. So I really want to know where this is coming from now. Are we going back to WTF moments 2014, 2013, 14, and 15? Because we could go back that way. That doesn't have to be that way. We hey, just sucks. If you want to go back that way, we can. So who should I call? Oh, Zuck claimed no more censorship on Joe Rogan? Yeah, I know. I still don't trust that. Did you know our page? Everyone's like, oh, how come your page is not growing? You only got this. You could have grown more. What are you talking about? Facebook, Zuck has even said, our page is at risk. Don't get me wrong, we have a backup page, but I'm just saying, in case WTF moments were to just like get were to get nixed. There you go. We got a warning, a bad warning that says, don't lose your page. If you get any more community standards violations, you could lose U.S. Army WTF moments forever. Nobody wants that. What are you, threatening us? Help out by appealing violations. Hey, I'm going to tell you what, we're still getting posts. This is what happened. Because of the, both could be at risk if you have a backup. Yeah, call General Admiral. Oh, Kevin Admiral. General Admiral. What pay increase would it take for the lower enlisted to not receive food stamps? I'm going to be honest with you. I think the DOD, I think DFAS, I think the DOD is a little bit slow on the rate of inflation. I know it was an issue back in the 90s, early 2000s as well. So we got told, Holly, we got a post. We got a post that was, I think it was like 2018, that banned that got us a strike. You guys didn't see it, but we were banned from like doing a communication. We were banned from some individuals in the inbox. It was affected there too. Banned like we couldn't talk to the audience for like, I think it was like 12 hours or something like that. So as soon as we talked, man, as soon as we got that prohibition lifted, it was, I mean, God. You need to apply for White House press credentials? Huh. You think so? Well. Let me tell you something. Wrote a song about it, like to hear it. Here it goes. Oh, hang on. Oh, let me show you something. There. Someone's gonna. You should apply for White House press credentials. I have. The U.S. Army WTF Moments has. So don't worry. We'll take a quick drive to go up there and say, hey, what's up? What's up? What y'all doing? U.S. Army WTF Moments has applied for credentials. And that's it. And the questions from the inbox and the issues that we have in the inbox. If you're going to punish soldiers for what we are posting on U.S. Army WTF Moments, fine. We'll just sit in a press conference and we'll specifically asking questions that have to deal with the Army and the DoD. We're more than happy to ask those questions there. The Secretary of Defense has said blah 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 blah. Yeah, I'm waiting for the application for credentials for the DoD press pool as well. So yeah, we have. I was gonna post that news on social media, but would President Trump say you guys are fake news told to him by the generals? Ooh, you know what? I'm pretty sure. I am pretty sure that there was yeah, exactly that, Patrick. I was about ready to say, if the White House views us as a member of the media, unit PAOs have no excuse. I don't really know if you really want to lose that access with us as well. Because once you see us, once you see my ugly mug sitting in the White House press room asking a question, you cut off. What was that Dave Chappelle say? You cut off. If you want them to McNuggets, you got to go through me. So if President Trump says I'm fake news told him, so if the generals, here's my thing. The generals right now, not really the generals, but commands have been overreacting on a lot of the social media posts so much that I don't think they're going to say anything. I don't think they will. So exactly that. PAO, and that's what I'm saying. I'm waiting. I'm talking to other media outlets and myself. People that I know outside of mill media. I'm not talking about people who are like I'm not talking about Army Times. I'm not talking about that. Just talking about other media friends that I have. Hey, when you get these credentials, blah 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 blah, how do you do this and how do you do that? And I'm gonna sit with them, the civvies. I'm just surprised that you're gonna go after a soldier. Circle K. You're gonna go out. Can you see the dilemma that I'm in? It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny that organizations would rather go after soldiers that that they think posted on WTF Moments. And by the way, you got your leaders scanning your comments. By the way, seeing a couple of engagements and likes and stuff like that. I'm like, well, who is that? Oh, that's the commander of that soldier. That's where yeah. I need Jeff Shogel. Hey, I'm gonna tell you what. Jeff Shogel, man. He's my man. He's a good dude. Jeff Shogel is a good dude. That whole task and purpose, task and purpose team, they're great. Patty Nyberg, Jeff Shogel, Nick, oh man, all those guys there. Yellow Cake, yeah, exactly that. Don't drop that shit. Y'all doing the Dave Chappelle references. Would it be more interested in bullets and doctrine being followed? I don't know. I think right now that due to the fact that everyone's, I'll say it, kind of on edge of not knowing what this administration is going to do to them in their military careers, that they're overreacting. So what I was saying about the irony, it is in the ultimate of irony that commands would rather go after their soldiers that they suspect have content posted on U.S. Army WTF Moments than go after their soldiers for posting shit on TikTok. Or have downloaded Red Note and decided to use that fucking app. Huh? Okay. Nobody wants war. That's a Joker comment, guys. Don't freak out. Mariners model. We train the hell out of you to be yeah, we train the hell out of you to be professionally homeless. Marines, yeah. Oh man, I don't know the way the Army's working right now. That's where I see it needs to catch up. That once a soldier should have sanctuary and be protected once they're about ready to get out. 60 days out, you're not going to NTC. Also, soldiers that are being med boarded also do not get fucking. They get sanctuary. So that way you have to deal with the numbers you have. So that way you can report up to higher. We need more bodies. I just talking about some other, like the aircraft stuff. There's so much bad info being put out there. So much bad info putting out about the aircraft crash. So what do? Is they leave the whistleblowers alone and they go after those cringe influencers. Every one of them needs to get a Gomar. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I'm glad you brought that up. There's a couple of influencers that are facing a little bit of flack from the Army for posting. So it's like, it's not the Army, it's the individual units who want to find out who these soldiers work. But you should see how many soldiers got sent to Korea from 7th ID that are PCSing, ETSing, and won't have to do so before the date because they need it. Yeah, exactly that. I'm still saying. Like right now, you should have a massive formation. Who here's getting out? 1 year out. Fall out over there. Who here's getting out? 6 months out. Fall out over here. 90 days out. All over here. That's it. Hire them as border patrol. It's kind of funny. No, I'm not taking a break. I'm pushing through. Somebody asked me. Lord of Lips. Oh man. Oh, Lord of Lips, dude. We're fans. We're fans. But let's see. Where was the post that I think we posted the border patrol. I don't remember what installation that was at. What do I think about soldiers being used in the border patrol? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, stop making sense. It's Zachary. Stop making sense. It's hurting your brain. Sorry, bro. Sorry. Be prepared to be mind bended. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, man. A lot of those influencers, I will not say those specific ones, but there are some influencers that are getting shit because a command doesn't like the fact that they're being spoken about. And they're good influencers. Hey, you need to give me the phone number of that individual that you know that is working that blah, 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 blah. Why? Because I'm going to call his commander. Okay, you want to burn that bridge? All right. All right. Burn it. There we go, right there. Border Patrol's hiring. Yeah, mandatory fun day. Yep. We posted this, man. It's got a lot of shit too, man. People were like, "Oh, fascists! You guys are fascists." Sometimes I want to ask the team, "Hey guys, I mean, it'll break the trust. We would never do this, but sometimes I'm like, this asshole here. I want these guys to get. I want to open up the inbox and just like this guy here, blanky blank said this to us in the inbox. Oh, I'm gonna do that sometimes. Because you'd be surprised the rank structure. I will say this, then the grade plate of these individuals who say that, yeah, I'll just say that. I'll just say it's normally your senior NCOs and captains that like to say that shit. Wasn't there a promotion section in IG and Sharp, but now they're mixing up job with retention because the retention would be part of the redo of their contract and getting promotion anyways? Zachary says, TikTok and other platforms I heard of from commanders good for recruiting, yet I get on platforms and I see privates dancing like dipshits. Yep. Someone goes on, yeah, exactly that. Exactly that. Oh, bam, I'm a man. Matter of fact, shit. Right there, that's a quoteth from the Zachariah. TikTok and other platforms I've heard from commanders are, quote, good for recruiting, yet I get on platforms and see privates acting like dipshits with zero discipline and standards. Of course, someone goes and shares the same stuff with WTF moments, and then all of a sudden, it's an embarrassment to the org. We got a couple admins that are watching right now. I don't know, guys. You think we should break up with the Army? I know we wouldn't, but I'm just saying it's just one of those things to it because you got people that are like, oh. Have I seen the job application? I have, actually. I have. If the CCTs were funded by troops, the number of troops cycled through training, then it would be assumed that it's impossible that an audit within a DoD ID within 7 months of ETC. You know, that's a good question, Patrick, because I did say that we need to defund big CTC. You know, like big pharma, big produce, big poultry, big beef. I think we need to have a GAO report in the sustainment and the use of CTCs. I think there needs to be a couple of CTCs closed down. Unfortunately, it's going to be JRTC would be one. I'd leave JMRC open in Hohenfels. I would leave NTC open in California, and then I would leave JPRMC. What's that? The one up in dealing with the Arctic stuff, where the Arctic troopers are at. They live with the airborne division. Those would be I'd cut JRTC though. JRTC, see ya. That's like a freaking. I said that to some friends that worked at the op groups there. Woo, man. They were, Brad, you don't understand how we train the soldier, blah, blah, blah. Think about it for the European scenario. You deploy to JMRC in Hohenfels, Germany. You're getting your deployment exercises in, right? You do your rotation, you come out of it, refit, recover, blah, 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 blah. At least move a JRMRC. Hey, what's up, Gary? You don't think JRMRC is good where it's at? Or does it need to be bigger? Or, move JMRC to Poland. There you go. Move JRMRC to Poland. Because the Poles let Americans play a little bit more than the Germans do. So I think that's a good point. Yeah, I would move. There's a big base out there, but I would definitely move JMRC to Poland. What was that? The Polish government wanted to do Fort Trump. So again, I apologize for such a somber show today. It just fucking sucks, man. You know, all the stories that you are hearing in the news about the aircraft incident. It just, you guys absolutely need to shut the fuck up on some of it. I'll just say it, because some of it is not. There's so much bad information being put out, and unless you're involved in those specific fields, then yeah, shit happens. Which one has the better food? Ooh. NTC, San Francisco, something like Sierra Vista at the border. What's I'm saying? Leaving at NTC where it's at Fort Irwin is good. They just need to build some more around there and not. They should make that whole installation. They should just make they grow the installation. So that way individuals don't have to live off. Some individuals have to drive an hour and a half just to get to work. Build more facilities there. That's my thing with NTC if I were to improve it. One of the WTF Moments admins, JJ, I would break up with the Army, but it's one of those PX privileges to keep me around. You just kind of like tolerate it, right, JJ? It's good to see the admins in the chats too. Oh, fuck, man. It just... So, real quick, I wanted to discuss something that was pertinent to another incident. I got 2 more stuff to talk about. And this is going to be posted, by the way. It's not going to be, maybe we're not. No, this is going to be discussed. This is going to be posted. So, real quick, it's Stockholm Syndrome. It's Stockholm Syndrome, but you're getting paid. That's the thing, Patrick. Stockholm Syndrome, but you're getting paid. How about that? So I'm going to suggest this. If your battalion is involved in an accident on the freeway, should you A, let higher HQ know, or B, go to bed and let the news report it the next day? It happened. Happened with 1st Battalion, 10th Special Forces Group. So can you imagine? You're driving down, you get some coffee, blah, blah, blah. You read the paper, or you read the internet, and the next thing you know, all over German TV. Achtung. Getting paid plus free health care. Got in an accident. It's gonna get posted, by the way. So, safety tip. Make sure you report the accident. There's no injuries, by the way. Make sure you report the accident to your boss. Send it up. Do that op rep. And I just said, nah, we'll be good. Now, this is the time where I think someone was saying that the Army would say, no, that's fake news. That really didn't happen. So, again, wenn du hast einen Unfall mit Militär-LKW auf Autobahn bei Sindelfingen, nicht schlafen gemacht. Sorry, that was for my German friends out there that are like, oh, und Ken, did you see this? Yeah, at least the wheels were chalked. Und Ken, did you see this Unfall? What are you talking about? Uns is from your special forces. What are you talking about? And I got the link. I got the link from Germany, from Deutschland. 20 Kilometer Stau, ganz genau, ganz genau. 20 Kilometer. Now everyone's gonna be like, why the fuck is he speaking German on fucking WTF Nation Radio? Die erste Bataillon. Report the accident. Was there like a private on the scene? I mean, nah. If it was an officer, he would report it. Needs another bullet point. Yeah, exactly that. But again, it's going to get posted on WTF Moments, so be on the lookout for that. Yeah, exactly that, Pip. Yeah, too soon? Hillige Scheiße. Yeah, exactly. Herrgott sagt, verdammt. Exactly. Rest my German grandmother's soul, I guess. Yeah, 10th group's back in the news. Oh man. At least it's your guys now. 7th is feeling relieved about being taken off the. Yeah, exactly that. At least it's Now that the unit that I deployed with to Iraq was 2nd Battalion, not 1st Battalion. 1st Battalion's already assigned to. So yeah, it was 2nd Battalion I deployed with. So I just decided to go. Yep, blep blep. Yeah, sehr special. Yeah, exactly. Oh man, we got all that. Oh, my German friends said that Special Einheit ist behindert, which is special operations is handicapped. And I'm like, dude, Germans are pretty callous in some of their jokes. So, anyways, so real quick, I wanted to talk about this. There's a guest we're gonna have on the 17th. But this is kind of like what's going on. This affects active duty and retirees and some reserve components individuals. we're all of a sudden now starting to see this changeover between TRICARE being divided, bam, right down the middle of the country in two different regions. Because you remember it used to be different regions for TRICARE all across the country. Now it's TRICARE East and TRICARE West, and it goes right down the Midwest, right down the border. Well, when everything got transferred over to TRICARE West and there was messages and links sent out, we posted it, we talked about it as well on the podcast before, is that make sure you log in, make sure you get a new account, blah, 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 blah. Well, like Arnold Schwarzenegger said, unfortunately, it didn't happen. They fucked it all up. So a lot of the accounts that were in TRICARE, whatever specific Southeast West region, whatever you want to call it, they dropped. They dropped off. So individuals on the East Coast got a lot of their stuff dropped off in the large migration to TRICARE West, to the point to where it affected a lot of the outside services that were community care that was given to family members, specifically those with special needs. And it is, I mean, this was inundated in the inbox. I was asked, hey, could you talk about this and maybe shine some light on here. And this is from a speech therapist. This is out over near the hood, near the center of the universe, out in North Carolina. And this is I mean, oh my gosh, a new pay processor for TRICARE East, and then it dropped 1 January 2025. All of specific community care and, for instance, for children with autism, special needs, ADHD, speech therapy, it dropped it all off. This, what you're going to see, is going to get posted on U.S. Army WTF Moments on the main page to highlight to TRICARE, yo, what's up? Another thing that I didn't see in the DOD from when we got the new, when we had the new SecDef and his confirmation hearing, another thing that I didn't see from the Army Secretary confirmation hearing is I didn't see anything about quality of life. And I didn't see anything about TRICARE. So again, currently, and this is as of just a few days ago, about 4 days ago, I'm just highlighting this speech therapy out in North Carolina. I'm not saying because I'm biased or something like that, because I'm around there, but it's just the fact that that this is an issue that needs to be brought up quick. There's a lot of talking to somebody in the inbox dealing with this, said that they had waited for about an hour and a half, literally almost an hour and a half, and they didn't have a callback line like other TRICARE services used to have, or like the VA. You leave the callback number, blah, 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 press 1, blah, blah, blah. Is TRICARE Prime or TRICARE Select better? Whatever. It varies on what your needs are there, Davers. It's not a, I don't know why I called you Daviers. Probably because I was speaking from French today too. Or Francais. It's dependent on what you need and what your medical needs are, Davers, for TRICARE Prime or TRICARE Select. But anyways, this is going to get brought up because this is a big cluster, because I did not expect to, everybody got the notice, everybody. And of course, oh no, you'll be good to go. And it's not like the VA. They don't give you a callback number to punch in. So you call them up and you're there for, like, there's somebody for about an hour and a half. Another one was for an hour. And then it was a simple fix done in like 5 minutes. Dancers for short. Okay, got it. So more to follow on this. And again, appreciate Sweet Magnolia Speech Therapy out in North Carolina. Again, this is, it's frustrating, man. These are what soldiers are dealing with. All right. I'm not talking about no woke and EO shit getting canceled, and everybody canceling all their EO programs because they're getting the messages confused or changing the wording of stuff because that way they're pissed off at who got elected or who's in the office. Just frustrating. Again, like I said, I didn't mean to be a Debbie Downer for the show. And also, there's been a change of contract for PCSs. So we're gonna have PCS like a pro coming up on the 17th. Does EO get inspections now? See, that's the thing. Because everybody's overreacting and knee-jerking the DEI stuff, confusing it with EO. I did hear about that memorandum that was sent out by the Defense Intelligence Agency. It is them that decided to drop. Now again, waiting. I mean, the agency said that the memorandum that's been floating around is confirmed, but it was sent like halfway. I mean, look. I mean, at least we get a bunch of shit for like posting memorandums with people's fucking emails and phone numbers on there, so that way you can reach out and talk to them. We didn't see any of that. That's why we didn't post it. But a lot of individuals are confusing EO and DEI and getting it confused. And so currently, EO is still here. EO is still here. Anybody who wants to get it confused, I think they're just reading into their own bias of not liking it, or saying that they're trying to put it all together. Do civilians get their EO related? What's up, Corey? Related information inspected also? Yeah, like I said, that's a good question. That's I don't know. So we're gonna have PCS Like a Pro. PCS Like a Pro is gonna come on the 17th to talk about this new. Yeah, well, DEI is just EO with more steps. See, that's the thing. It was an additional program on top of EO. If you just left fucking EO alone, it has served itself. That's just me. So there is a new contract with Home Safe Alliance, and PCS Like a Pro. Megan's going to come on and shoot the breeze. She's the point of contact there. She's the one that's been heading a lot of the advocacy for it, which I think is great because when you kind of start thinking about the PCS stuff, that's like really, because the only time you really care about PCS is when you're PCSing, right? So when this came out, oh, excuse me, I had my standard chicken. I had chicken. Yeah, 40% taken off the original Diddy movie, exactly that. So we're gonna have Megan come on from a PCS Like a Pro, and she's gonna come on the 17th. Okay, that way we get all the information answered, and she's gonna freaking come in here because we started getting notification about this, and we're all like, what's going on? And then individuals are really getting ready. They're getting ready to PCS, and they're getting ready to take off. So she's gonna come on 17th, shoot the shit with me. This ain't going to be like I said, these are some questions that you have questions on PCSs and stuff like that and whatever, and what she's going to help assist. I don't like saying this, but if you have PCS hacks, tips and tricks, and really what it is that, Megan knows her shit on the PCS moving, understanding the regulations and policies. Because again, like I said, nobody really cares about PCSing until it's time to PCSing. And then afterwards, you get stuck with all your property smashed and all that. Then you're like, oh, what do I do? And then everyone at the unit, oh, I don't know what to do. And everyone else in legal, I think this is what you do. So if you got any questions or something like that, scribble them down, copy or paste them, save them for the show on the 17th. So that's again, PCS with a Pro, PCS Like a Pro, PCS with a Pro, PCS Like a Pro. And Megan will be joining us on that. So with that, I think we're going to knock out some. Drill Sergeant still getting EO concept supply. Again, EO has not changed. EO is the same. Everyone's overreacting about EO and DEI and trying to clump it all together. It shouldn't have been clumped together to begin with. They decided to make it clumped together. That's just me. I'm just saying it shouldn't have never been put together. So, anyways, this is Thursday. Sergeant's time. Gonna do some cleanup. I know right now because Spanky would be like yelling at me and getting the lemon pledge out. Sorry, I have myself with Spanky again. Spanky's on quarters. There you go. How about that? FTX. I don't think we do FTX. I think they got a bye week. Just check it out. And then, of course, WTF Nation Gaming and Nemo at Weekend Co-ops. Coach and the Asheville King Smith are still out the net for the sports bar. What do you say? Myself and Massey. With the Monday edition, and then Tuesday, Michael Cudasio, also known as CQ, the pop culture warrior, with his angry staff of Mad Mike and Angry Elf, and then the Sorents, TZ, and Radar for the Smoke Pit, and then moi, myself, and Spanky on Sergeant's Time. Army specialty, does something work? EO. Okay, let's change it. Yeah, you ain't lying, Zachary. You ain't lying, man. Make sure you share, like, and follow. We're live on 5 different platforms. So if you don't see yourself on one, and everyone's like, God, this fucking channel sucks. There's nobody on here. Well, look at the other channels. There are probably other people. They're probably on other platforms being streamed. We're on 2 Facebook pages at U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio. We are on 2 YouTube pages at U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio. And of course, we broadcast live on X at WTF Nation Radio. So, you guys got anything for me? Again, our hearts and prayers go out to the families affected by the aircraft incident in D.C. And once we get more information, we'll put it out on the main page. And that's it. If y'all don't got nothing for me, shots. See ya. Oh, and I see Commander's already looking in the chats. Already look at the comments. Y'all have a good night.
Hey, this is SEAC retired John Wayne Troxel. You're listening to WTF Nation Radio, the station of choice for all of the badass MFers on the planet.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Driving us insane. ATF zero dark 30, no time to complain. Push-ups in the mud, feel the muscle strain. Army life is a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive. In the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Hilltops in the desert, sandstorms in our eyes. Memories for breakfast, no room for lies. Running marches through the night under starless skies. Brothers and sisters, we rise. Army life is a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive. In the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Drill sergeant's fury echoing in the air. Discipline and duty we all must bear. Battle bodies by our side in the fight we share. In the face of danger we dare. Army life, it's a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive. In the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Zones and firefights, adrenaline's rush. Silent nights, broken by the enemy's hush. Medics on the move in the heat of the crush. In the heart of battle we trust. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find out our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle. Army life, it's a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive. In the ranks we thrive. Memories in our mind. Brothers lost but never left behind. Army WTF moments in the stories we find. In the Army's embrace, we're forever entwined. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Through the smoke and the flames we rise again. In the heart of the storm we find our zen. Battle buddies by our side, our men. In the Army's legacy we transcend.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
If you haven't got problems, I feel bad for your son. I got 99 problems and a bitch ain't one.